Okay, guys, we're going to do volume today, volume of a cylinder. We all know what a cylinder looks like, correct? Okay. Look on your formula chart, your reference chart, and tell me what the formula is for a cylinder to get volume. Okay, Bryce? Okay, capital H. Okay, now, you know how I'm real picky about y'all putting small a's and capital A's because there's a reason. Okay, this when you get area of a rectangle, it's base times height, little b, base times height, or length times width. This does not mean base. Who knows what it means? Not the base. And they used to put it on their reference chart. Okay, the capital B stands for area of the base. Area of the base. So, if you have a 3D object, let's look at this can. Okay, if you have this 3D object right here, this is a can. It's a cylinder. If I find guys, I don't feel good. Thank you. Okay. When you're finding the volume, of this can right here. Okay. The capital B says to get the area of the base. So if I get the area of the base is a what? What's the base? It's a circle. Now, look on your formula chart, your reference chart, and see how to get area of a circle. Pi times radius squared. Okay? So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to write that underneath. The capital B. We're going to put pi r squared. Pi times radius squared. When I get the area of the base, I might be getting it in centimeters. Now, a square centimeter you can't pick up because it has no height whatsoever. It's flat, 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 flat. So, but these are cubic centimeters right here. Cubic centimeters. And on each side is a square centimeter. So these are cubic centimeters. And so if I find out how many square centimeters will cover that base, then that's how many cubic centimeters will fit on the first layer. And I know when I was learning this, I didn't understand, well, how are those squares going to fit in the circle? Well, we can't do it, but that's how it's measured. That's how it's measured. And so you would have to cut them off and whatever. Okay? But once we find out how many cubic centimeters will fit on that first layer, then we multiply by the height, and that tells us how many cubic centimeters will fit in the whole cylinder. And guys, I'm going to really really be picky about this, that underneath the capital B, that you write, oh, it's a circle. So I'm going to put the area of the circle just like this. And we're going to follow the formula. That's why I've been so picky about following the formula. Okay, so what we're going to do, it says use 3.14 for pi. So underneath pi, we're going to write 3.14. And let's use a parenthesis because we have a decimal there. Now, what is the radius? Oh, let's go over here and label. So 6 is the what? The height. What's 10? There's no width of a circle. Diameter. So the diameter is 10. The diameter goes all the way across the circle. That's the diameter. Does everybody remember the diameter of the circle? We've talked about that. And so what's the radius? 5. So that's what I need you to do. I need you to label. So then I'm going to go 5 squared times, and what's the height? Guys, if you write down the formula correctly, you're not going to miss it. You're not going to miss it. So then all you have to do is multiply on your calculator. Okay, what'd you get? Okay, 417 what? Oh, 71. Thank you. 471 what? Cubic. Why is it cubic inches? We're doing volume, and volume is always measured in cubes. You cannot, if I was doing the volume of this room, I could not fill it up with squares. I could not fill it up with squares, ever. The squares have no height. So I would have to fill it up with cubes. Cubic inches. Okay, number 5. It's a cylinder. The base is a what? Circle. Always go look and say, hey, what's my base? My base is a circle. Now let's go over here and label. What's 12? It's the height. Let's just lay down. Height is 12. What's 4? The radius. Sometimes they give you the radius, sometimes they give you the diameter. So we're going to multiply 3.14 times 4 squared times 12. Okay, and what'd you get? Good, because they say round to the nearest tenth. Very good. Cubic feet. Did everybody get that? Okay. Well, 3.14. 4 squared 16 times 12. I wish y'all put the calculators on the table and use it. It's so much easier. Y'all mess up when y'all hold it. No, don't use the pi button. No, don't use the pi button. because that's going to give you a totally different answer than everybody. Okay, yeah, I love this question because, you know, I'm a Longhorn fan, and I love the Big Bertha. Look right here. This is Big Bertha. It's a huge drum that they beat on. Okay, so it has a diameter of 8 feet, and it's 4.5 feet deep. Okay, so if the diameter is 8, the radius is 4. So, under right above this, write capital BH. And the capital B stands for what? Area of the base. Area of the base. Little b is base. Big B is area of the base. We got it. And so, to get area of the base, you got to go power square. Okay? So, when they multiply this, we get to 26.08. And they round it to the nearest 10. Okay, now look at number 6. Under the capital B, we're going to, okay, and a lot of times they don't tell you it's a cylinder. You got to know. Okay, we got a drum. A drum is a cylinder. So you have to kind of use your previous knowledge. Oh, a drum is a cylinder. Okay, so we want the volume. So under the capital B, pi r squared times height. Do you have to write that every time? Yes. And so we're going to put 3.14 times, no, let's go in here. It's 4 inches high. What would that be? That's the height. And 12 is the diameter, so the radius is 6. 6 squared times 4. Okay, is that what you got? Okay, number 6. Okay. When are we going to find the volume of a cylinder? When are we going to find the volume? Oh, if you're filling up a swimming pool that's cylinder shaped. If you're measuring the inside the drum. You want to know how much will fit inside the drum. I don't know why you want that, but inside a cylinder. Okay, you're filling it up. You're not, nothing on that outside. You're filling it up. That's what volume is how much it takes to fill it up. Okay, so let's do number 6. Volume is what? Area of the base times the height. So under the V, we're going to go pi r squared times the height. 3.14. Let's go to the thing and label. So that's the diameter, and the radius is 11. So I'm going to go 11 squared times, I accidentally wrote D instead of H. So the height is 1.5, huh? Yeah, and it's near 10. Okay, guys. What if, now this whole page, we're not going to do all of it because this is pretty easy. But come over here to the, and just write that. What if I gave you the volume? Oh, thank you. Okay, guys, what if I gave you the volume and asked for the height? If I asked for the volume and you had to get the height. Okay, so let me do one. Okay, let's say the volume is 769.3. It's not here. Okay, if I gave you the volume, oh, I should have put, I'm sorry, I should have put V, still V there. Okay, and if I told you the volume is 769.3, and we're trying to find the height, and the radius is 7, so I'm going to put what? 3.14, 7 squared times H. Now what do I do now?
You have to divide 3.14 times 7 squared.
There you go. Right. So what's 3.14 times 49? Yes. Okay. And then I'm going to divide by 153.86. So what's the height? And if it was inches, if I told you that was how many cubic inches, then this would be inches. Just inches. The height would be 5 inches. Everybody understand how we got that? Well, it's solving equations that we spent a whole 6 weeks on. Is all we're doing. So we're multiplying this times this times this. You see how they got 153.86? Huh? You just multiply 3.14 times 49. Guys, you're just doing what it says to do. Following the formula. 3.14 times 7 squared. Okay, and so you write that down times the height. Well, you want the height. So we got to divide by 153.86 to find the height. If I divide by 153.86 here, I got to divide by here. Okay. Close your book. Okay, everybody at the top of the page. Write your name, number, guys, we've been having a big problem with people not getting stuff turned in. You just kind of take your time, forget about it, don't come in. So this is due Thursday. Okay. The front side asks you to match. You're going to do this later, but you're going to match each prism or 3D figure with each net. How it would look if you cut it and folded it out. Okay. In fact, you're going to do that in just a minute. Turn on the back. Okay. Okay, let's get a sheet of paper out. I think it'll be a lot neater for us to grade. There's this paper back there. Okay. Number one, we're getting volume of a cylinder, so I know that's the formula I'm going to use. Now, looking at number one, let's label. 9 is the height. Oh, no. That's the area of the base. Look. That's how many square centimeters. So they helped us out on this one. All we have to do is put 75 times 9. Peyton, we're following the formula. I don't see pi on there anywhere. We already have the area of the base. So what's 75 times 9? Good. Centimeters cubed. So we're going to come up here and find it's about a third of the way down P. 1 is P. Everywhere you see 1, put a P. Please do the riddle as you go. We still have some people not doing that. It looks like number 2 is the same way, isn't it? Okay, hey, put 2 over here. Put 2 over here beside 1. Skip a line, and let's do number 3 together. We're still getting volume of the cylinder. This time, they gave us the what? The radius and the height. Go ahead and go label. So we need to put under the area of the base, what are we going to put? Pi r squared, because that's how you get area of a circle. And the base is a circle. And we're just going to follow the formula. 3.14, 3 squared times 5. What do you get? The fourth one down, A. God bless you. 3 is A. 3 is A. Okay. All right. Now, if they give you the diameter, you have to find the radius. On this formula, you need the radius, not the diameter. The radius is always half of the diameter. Always. Okay. Are there any questions about how you're going to follow this? Okay. You're going to finish this side, finish the front, staple your notebook paper to the back, please. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Good deal.